Red VTV's instant fan reaction, supported by A-Star recruitment for the 2019 season, following Saints' 18-10 defeat away at the Catalans Dragons.
It's a disappointing one, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously the news come through from France that Johnny's had ice in his drinks and didn't pack the Imodium.
Yeah.
So after losing Farge already and having Danny Richardson coming back in the side, we had to put Jack Wellesby there. Probably wasn't prepared for a complete change of half-back partnership, and it probably showed in our attack tonight.
Yeah, they'd have had a training session together over in France with Johnny sitting out, but there's nothing like kind of training all week and even having played together a couple of times. Is that even like Lomax and Richardson played together last year in the main, didn't they? So you can imagine them kind of clicking straight away, and it's a shame because obviously, with no offence to Jack Wellesby, I thought he was unlucky with a couple of attempts to regain the ball. I think you do just miss the likes of a Johnny Lomax, don't you?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got an international Johnny Lomax and Theo Farge, who's been so good this season.
Yeah.
We got off to a really good start with the little kick over the top from Danny Richardson, which John Payru got onto scoring, and it all looked a little bit rosy, and then after that, we just didn't do much. Yeah,
obviously, I hate watching the game on telly because you can't see kind of little bits that are going on. Your eyes obviously just trained on that bit of the action, and you can't have a look at anything that's going on kind of off the ball or kind of on the touchline and everything like that. But yeah, we looked a bit flat. I mean, not to get ahead of ourselves here, but in the second half we had that period of sustained pressure and we didn't do anything with it. And I kept saying to you, we need to score here, we need to score.
Is that a time where your halves should be controlling the game, in particular Danny Richardson though?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go all in on Danny Richardson because it's his first game back and it's over in a place that is a tricky place to go.
In tough conditions. Yeah, but you get the feeling, again, if we'd have had Lomax and Farge on the field, we'd have probably got over.
Possibly so, possibly. I mean, it's ifs and buts, isn't it? And that's it. We're obviously disappointed, and
I'm not too disappointed.
I am because I think
I'm disappointed at losing the unbeaten start. But when you look at the game as a whole, the tries that they scored 3 tries, the 2 in the first half. One was from a missed call by the touch judge from a knock on, and then they scored on the end of the set. And then the other one was just a high kick where it's. I said Tommy Makinson spilled it at the time. I think it was actually batted backwards by the Catalan player. So a couple of high kicks where, do you know what? The 50-50 balls, some of them you're going to concede them tries. Defence pretty much was there. It was, and the effort was there. It was just, we didn't click an attack tonight.
I think that's why I say I'm disappointed. Because we weathered a storm from Catalan, and in the last quarter, we had chances to win it. And I think it's just the disappointment, and it's probably the expectation, because you just think, well, this Saints team, we've got enough strike players there to win us that game, and you just think, because of the conditions and it being so heavy, it was almost like a little bit one out, with a couple of balls that you thought, we're going down the middle a little bit too much here. Let's get it out to the second row. Let's get it out to the centres. I know you're not going to be throwing it about. It's not going to be wide to west, is
where
it?
you need your link players.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly right. Yeah.
And again tonight, let's not take away anything from Catalan's goal line defence.
Yeah.
They stopped us on 2 or 3 occasions where we looked like we were going to go in, where we'd made decent runs and just got last man.
Yeah.
Try saving tackles. What's the French translation? Does anybody know what the French translation is for? Do you employ a groundsman?
You're not happy with that pitch, are you?
You cannot tell me that the weather in the south of France is worse than anywhere in the north of England this time of year, and it looked like they'd put pigs on the field. Yeah. You can't tell me. I know they get a bit of rain, but really?
Yeah, it cuts up pretty badly.
But it makes you wonder, do Catalan allow the pitch to get like that to suit their game?
Well, possibly. The gamesmanship isn't beyond Catalan.
I think we got grubbed out of it a little bit as well.
I was just saying that gamesmanship isn't below Catalan really. They're involved in it all the time.
Diving around in the ruck.
Yeah, I mean,
Tompkins putting the knees in. when your defender's trying to get away from the play of the ball.
Yeah, you said it yourself. It's boring watching Sam Tompkins try and milk a penalty at every play, or just as you say, stick a knee in. He doesn't need to do that. Whatever you think of him, whether you think he's a grub or people call him different names or whatever, he's obviously a talented player. He's an elusive runner. And all right, them conditions didn't really suit that type of play, but he doesn't need to kind of get into that. And it's frustrating to see, because if you're watching that and you've got like your kids with you watching the game and you say, oh look, there's going to be a good battle here between these two, and then you see little bits like that in the game, you just think, oh, why are you doing it? But again, I think we said in the last couple of minutes when they gave away a couple of penalties and got put on a team warning, it's just pure games.
Well, they didn't care, did they?
They know how to manage that game.
There's 2.5 minutes left. They know Saints have got to score twice. So every time you give a penalty with the play of the ball, you're wasting 10 seconds. Or when we get the penalty, have a little bit of a fight in back play, and Hicks doesn't stop the clock. And Hicks is telling us we're wasting our time when they're one starting a fight. It's just, I don't know. It's, do you call it professional?
Yeah. Well,
at the end of the day, do you know what? If it was the other way around, would I care? No.
Well, you wouldn't, would you?
So,
no, that's it.
So it sounds like we're moaning, and we are moaning a little bit, but...
Well, we're moaning because we didn't do it, because we didn't manage the game as well as Catalan. And you've got to give Catalan the credit for managing it, even though there's some dark arts involved.
And I'm watching that game though, and I can't tell you what Catalan did to win it. It was just a heavy game in heavy conditions. Slog it out, and it could go either way. And obviously, we didn't perform in attack as we can do.
Yeah.
Is that going to have any bearing on our season? No.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
It's just one you put in the back of a box, and we're not going back over there this season.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You turn around and you say on a dry day over in France with a lovely pitch, middle of May, middle of June. That game's completely different,
and they've done Warrington there, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to take it on the chin, and I think our players will probably learn more from that defeat than they would from going over there and winning.
Yeah, well,
no, I think you learn more when you make a mistake.
Do you know what? It's good experience for Jack Wellesby.
Yeah. That's it. I was a little bit worried when he was named in. I thought they might have gone with Paolo. I know it's going down almost the Wilkin playing 7 route, but I thought we might have gone with a bit more of a defensive, solid 6 playing in there. And Paolo's played 6 for America in the World Cup. I know people will turn around and say, well, I could play 6 for America in the World Cup or whatever. But I thought we'd go with that.
Well, yeah, in the forwards.
Well, all right.
I'll be lining up alongside you.
But I like the fact we've put Jack Wellesby in and we're showing faith in the youngsters. We've done it for years and years now.
And I think, do you know what? When people are moaning when we're playing the youngsters against the likes of Hull KR at home, well, you need to blood them in games like that so they can be ready for getting thrown in games like that when you likes of Johnny Lomax leave the game. Not leave, well, don't enter the game because they can't leave the toilet.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, we've spoke about it, and we've got the question and answer session going to come up soon, and someone's asked us about rotation, and you think, well, exactly, we'll get to Easter Monday, and you can almost see that after playing Catalan away, Warrington at home, Wigan away, that whole game at home is ideal for the likes of James Roby to go and sit out for a week. And get yourself ready for next weekend, manage him like that, and that's when Aaron Smith comes in. And that's when he's got to take his chance. And I think Aaron Smith's gone well. He's possibly a little bit unlucky
to miss out tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, the disappointments. But let's not get too down on ourselves. Massive game coming up Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully far better conditions and a pitch with grass on throughout.
Yeah. Not ploughed up.
And yeah, it makes it. I think on the back of that, the bookies might have Warrington favourites Friday. Potentially, maybe with a 2 start.
Possibly, it might be scratch. But that's it. I won't worry too much about that defeat ahead of the Warrington game. I think that it'll just be the Warrington game will be more of a measure of where we're at.
I think
because I think they're the best 2 teams in the league.
And it'll help having Lomax back in. But for me, Danny Richardson has to do more on Friday if we're going to get anything from the game.
Yeah, well, I said earlier.
I'm sure he will, but another week
Yeah, I said in the preview show that I hoped he turned around and didn't think, right, I've just got 2 weeks to get my shirt back.
Yeah.
He should be going, right.
He looked nervous as well tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? As I said to you during the game, it's his first game back in our setup, and you can almost imagine that them nerves are going to be heightened a little bit. I think against Warrington next week, he might be a little bit more relaxed in front of our own fans. Nobody wants him to play badly. Everybody wants Danny Richardson to play well. And it's now up to Danny. It's in Danny's hands, because technically that's his shirt now. I know Theo's got credit, but that's his shirt. He needs to put in a performance against Warrington that means that if Theo is back for Wigan or if he's back for Hull, Richardson keeps hold of that shirt.
The Red V Man of the Match poll for tonight is on the Red V website. We're not going to try and pick one because we watched it on the telly, so if you've watched it on the telly, you're going to struggle. So those of you over in Perpignan, let us know what you've seen. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Give us your comments either on the YouTube page below, or if you're watching us on Facebook or Twitter, on there as well, and let us know what you think.
Or on your 6-word match report, which we'll tweet out later.
Oh, yeah. And there you go.
Nice plugs for everything there tonight.
And we will catch you during the week for more Red V TV.